morning. It's my birthday. As of today, I have survived 40 years on this planet, in this life, with all of you lovely people. 40 years, man. Sure took a long time to be doing this. I mean, too long, but that's life, right? Sometimes it takes a lot longer than you would have ever predetermined prior. A time frame to get where you're trying to go. Hell, man, you don't even know where you're trying to get. I had no idea that on my 40th birthday, I'd be sitting in my self-made music RV, looking at a handful of possessions that are very, very near and dear to my heart, on the road. You know, it takes a while. I knew when I was in my early 20s that what I really wanted to do was music. I just, I put other things in front of it. I kind of put the cart before the horse. But there were certain things in life that I really, really wanted to experience. Like fatherhood, which I still really do want to experience. But I got the chance to go, be a step parent very young, and I jumped on it. And who knows, maybe if I hadn't done that, maybe if I had pursued this, what I'm doing now, maybe right now I'd have my own child. That's what I mean when I say cart before the horse. I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't know. Maybe I'm just jabbering. Maybe I don't have any idea what the fuck I'm talking about. That is always a possibility. Fuck it. It don't matter. Today I'm 40. Right now, I am older than my dad was when I first met him. That sounds funny. But you get it. Someone asked me recently if I've learned anything. Yeah. Yeah. In 40 years, I feel like I've learned a lot. Expectations are the devil. Don't ever expect anything of yourself or anyone else. Love wins. Sometimes it's really hard to see. But it wins. Always. your personal turmoil is not worth the price of someone else's ignorance. And if you're unwilling to be lifted up, let go. However, letting go is one of the hardest things that we do. I don't know. So I'll just pick up sticks anyways, man. So, who cares? It's a nice day. I gotta get outside, ride my skateboard. I already did ride my skateboard today. When I first woke up, I went and took a ghost poop. And yeah, generally I ride my skateboard. It's fun to utilize that thing as an actual vehicle. You know, when I was a kid, I had a skateboard that I loved. One with a really crazy pointed nose and a big flared fin on the back. And yeah, dude. And I had one instance in my youth where I felt like frickin' Marty McFly in Back to the School. Back to the School, Jesus Christ. In Back to the Future, but you already knew that. When he's on his skateboard and he's like ripping around and grabbing onto the back of cars, and oh man, that was the coolest thing ever when I was a kid. When I saw that, I thought, man. So I started skating when I was younger. And then one morning I missed the bus for school. And I thought, between my bus stop and the next bus stop, there's a hill and then an apartment complex. The bus is going to have to wait at a stoplight if it gets caught. And then I'll be able to go through the apartment complex where there's two other hills where I can just cook on my skateboard. I might be able to literally catch the bus if I grab my skateboard and leave right now. And that's what I did. And dude, I felt so cool. I've never felt cooler in my life on my skateboard than I did at that point in time. I bombed that freaking hill, just shot out onto this long flat. I'm just kicking. There's the bus. I probably got within 30 yards of the bus at that point in time, but I thought maybe it was going to stop and wait for me, but it just took off and it went down the hill towards the light. So I cut into the apartment complex, like I said, and I just bombed through that thing, man. And I went around this corner and I caught the bus. You could see through the trees down on the road and I could see the bus, and I was like, there it is, I caught it. The other kids were down there waiting. They're loading up. I rode up. Being a naive kid, I threw my skateboard in the bushes, thinking I'll just get off at this stop after school, pick up my board and go home. Well, when I got back, my board was gone. And I never got another one. Ever. Ever. I never got another one. I later moved on to rollerblades in my later teen years, but yeah. Which is why I'm still such a noob when it comes to skateboarding. But that was my one good story from youth. My Marty McFly moment. And my back to school. Good Lord. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna get out on the skateboard, go walk, probably do a little more of my silly new exercise routine. You know, the reason I'm doing that is because my cousin Greg, he's a hunter. He has been for a while, and he archery on foot stalks elk every maybe not every year, but every year that he pulls a tag. And he asked me if I want to come with him and film him this year for to put together a cool video of his hunt. And I was like, fuck yeah. But I got a fat ass and I got saggy sides around my hips. I got to get myself in shape, dude. I'm not going to survive 2-3 days of 16-mile back-to-back hikes in hard woods. Not right now. No. So that's why I mean I got 4 or 5 months, something like that, 6 months before hunting season. So that's why I've started this new routine. A lot of walking, a lot of running and jumping, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I put on my backpack with all my fishing gear inside, and the backpack weighs at least 40 pounds with all my fishing gear in it. So I have a lot of fishing gear. But yeah, it's good stuff, man. Hopefully I will be trim enough to follow Greg through the woods, and we'll go get a big bull elk this year. A lot of meat in the fridge and a story to tell. That'd be awesome. Here's to it. I experienced something new for the first time just a couple weeks ago playing live. I still get the butterflies, especially when I go back to a place that I haven't played at in a while. But I'm starting to get really comfortable, which is really, that's for me, that's saying something. Being in front of people, doing my thing, and not really, being stressed out about it. Yeah, I'm starting to open my eyes a lot and look around the room and see what people are doing, see if anyone's even paying attention to me. Come to find out, most of the time they're not. Occasionally they do. And I discovered this, I don't know, probably 2 weeks ago. I had a Saturday night gig. It was late. I was just ripping on my Paul Reed Smith, and this really attractive woman walked by, and I was looking at my phone for lyrics and doing my thing, but I noticed in my peripheral vision that she was just she was really checking me out. And you know what? But just plain and simple, she was checking me out. Felt goddamn good, man. It's silly, but I don't notice these sorts of things very often, nor do I think they really happen very often. But that, it's funny, man. You start playing and you start singing, and you notice that there's 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 women in the room that you find really attractive, and they're all checking you out at the same time while you're doing your thing. Fuck, dude, that does something. No wonder these guys that have come way before me, no wonder so many of them have ridden the lightning. You know what I'm saying? You get up in front of a group of people. I've just been talking about a few very attractive ladies that I have noticed while I've been out playing. But the reason that I brought this up is because if you get on stage in front of 500, 600, 1,000 people, and they're all dancing, and they're all digging, and they're all super grooving on what you're doing, that does something. That lights a fire. That creates something in the air that, literally, like electricity in the air that grabs onto you, that you're able to harness. And it does something to your hands. It does something to your voice. You start doing little that you've never done before, and you start doing little flares, little with your voice that you don't normally, and you just start giving it freaking not 110, you start giving it 150%. I mean, you are going to get back to your bed that evening tired. But dude, it's like being on a surfboard inside the perfect pipe and knowing that at some point in time, real soon, this perfect pipe is going to end. So you might as well dig in and suck every second out of this. And it's weird because that's what I've really learned is all these little moments, these little miracles that comprise a day, you know. This is what life's all about, man. It's worth it. Every single moment, every single little tiny moment, every single little tiny person. And I use the tiny as relative to your circle, your bubble life, right? But every single person, every single thing, every single moment is an opportunity for you to dive headfirst into whatever it is and really get the most out of that tiny little thing. Because guess what? After that moment's gone, that tiny little thing is probably never ever gonna come back, and you just missed out, and that's sad. You stop and think about how many of those things you miss out on a daily basis. It's pretty overwhelming. All those opportunities to interact with everything. By the way, I'm 40 today. Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, enough sharing. You want to take a tour of my van real fast? I haven't done that yet. I've done a lot of work on this thing over the last few months. And it's gone from something that I'm just kind of camping in on a daily basis, which was a pretty dismal existence at first. It's become my home. It's a little apartment. And it's kind of cute. maybe I'll do that next time. I'll do a special little video, just a little tour of my home, my little van home here. But anyways, love you guys. Hope you're all doing really well. I'm gonna get out and go look at this sunshine, man. I'm gonna get out into that sunshine and go have a day. Yeah. Go have a day too. Have a good day, guys. See ya.